I'm Jim Casio.
Hey, I'm Frank Henderson.
And we are 86 This. We're here at the historic landmark on Jones Beach in Wantagh, New York. We're at where Robert Moses, yes, I'm telling Robert Moses. Do you know who Robert Moses is, Frank?
No, tell me who he is.
This is where the New York elite used to hang out. This is one of the most important landmarks in all of Long Island. This is where Robert Moses built his little playground, and it's now the mad mind of Joe Vitrano from J&B Restaurant Partners. It's Gatsby on the Ocean. Frank.
Yes.
They said the who's who of New York used to hang out here.
I used to be here.
Yeah, but do we even know who the who's who is? Like, who came up with that? Who came up with who's who?
That's true. Who?
Who? No, but like who's who? How do I know that I might be a who's who, John? John, who's who? Like, who made that little phrase, who's who? Frank.
I think I came up with that.
But are you a who's who?
Yes.
But how do you become a who's who?
Be coming to places like this.
But do you have to have a lot of money?
Yeah. See, that's
So
where
I'm
you
not-
coming. No. You have a lot of money.
I'm
you have a
definitely
lot
not
of
a
money,
who's
so
who.
that's why
No,
you
no.
who's who.
You're a who's
No.
who. We're going in having a good time, Gatsby. Get ready, guys. Let's go. We're here with Elyse Remigio from Gatsby on the Ocean. She's Director of Sales Operation here. We're very excited to have her here. Take two.
Take two.
Well, you know, she was cursing a lot on the first one, so we had to do this over,
Very
right?
me.
Well, Elyse, you know, we were talking about your background, obviously. You have a ton of experience. You started at a very early age.
Yes.
13 years old, they had you working in the kitchen, making
Yeah.
food, steaks.
No.
So tell us a little bit about.
I was hostessing. I was counting silverware. I remember falling asleep in my father's office and then having to wake up the next morning to go back to work.
So your family's been in the business
Yes.
for a very long time.
Yes.
Now, is the family still in the business at this point?
My sister is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, my sister runs another catering hall.
Oh, very on the island.
Yep. She runs the sales for the Piermont.
Paramount.
Okay,
Oh,
very
okay.
nice.
Yeah, so we're kind of in competition, but at the same time work together.
Oh,
And you know what? Sometimes working together with catering halls is actually a benefit to
It's
each other.
wonderful.
Yeah.
If I can't fill a date, I send it to her. If she can't fill
Absolutely.
a date, she sends it to
And
me.
how often does that happen? That happens.
It does happen.
Very
It
often.
definitely
happens. That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. So now, obviously, through the years, you find yourself with J&B.
I do.
And in the mind of Joe Vitrano, who is the mindset for Gatsby on the ocean here at Jones Beach, and we are sitting here in Robert Moses' original office. This whole building has been transformed to its original luster, and it was. If you can give us just a little bit of a history of the building.
Yeah, so the building itself was built in 1929. It was finished in 1932. We actually celebrated the 90th anniversary, which was very cool. We created a menu for the 90th anniversary.
Wow.
When was that?
That was in 2019.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
So
Okay.
we had done a menu that was based off of the president's menus from 1929.
Oh, wow.
Because this used to be Robert Moses' playground,
Yes.
and he had so many people here. I mean, it was the who's who
That
of
it
New
was.
York. Now, does anybody know who's the who's who? I kind of feel like I don't know, but whatever. I don't want to get into it anymore. Do you know? All right, if I had your definition of who's who, and who determines who's who?
I think you determine.
Okay.
I think each person determines who's who, and it is somebody who turns themselves into an icon. Where it doesn't mean you're rich, it doesn't mean you're the most famous person in the world, but it means you're someone who has made a name for yourself.
And so Robert Moses had who here?
All the dignitaries, presidents.
Presidents.
Yep.
It's just the history that is attached to this building is amazing. And I know we took earlier footage of some of the outside, the west patio, the east patio, which this is a tremendous property. Not easy to run.
Not at all, but it is an absolutely wonderful property.
Right. And, it's, you talked about Joe, who's the main operating partner of J&B Partnership. And this is his design out of his mind, which is really, he's a visionary in his right. And most people talk legendary about Joe, and it's pretty amazing. So give us a little background, and no one who's been here before, what Gatsby on the Ocean is.
So Gatsby is predominantly a catering hall. There is a restaurant some of the time, but it works around the catering. It is a venue that's unlike anything else. Windows facing the ocean, bridal suite with balcony facing the ocean, ceremony on the grass, ocean background, cocktail hours are outdoors. It's an immaculate location.
This is one of 3 oceanfront properties that you can have an incredible wedding, an incredible event here. So if I was coming in and I want to book a party for 50, is there a minimum? Is there a maximum?
Depends on the event, depends on when it is, what type of event it is. If you're doing a wedding, again, it depends on when. If it was a weeknight, I could be as low as 30, 40 people. If it was a winter time, again, I could be low. If it's the middle of the season, you're looking at about 120 person minimum on up, depending on the day of the week and which months.
So let me ask you, if you're hanging out on the beach, you want to come up for some cocktails and some food during the week, you can. It's open.
It depends.
Oh, okay.
Depends. It depends on the events.
We definitely prefer you closed with a really nice event, I'm sure. I mean,
but you can, on social media, Facebook, Instagram,
Absolutely.
do not listen to Google, because Google likes to say that we're open when we're closed and we're closed when we're open all the time. But social media tells exactly when we're open, when we're closed, and then usually our voicemail says it for the whole week.
now you're coming to we're actually kind of towards the end of the summer season. You got a beautiful weekend coming, but guess what?
I'm closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep.
Yes, and all for good things, because you have
Yes.
really nice events.
I have a Sweet 16 and 2 weddings and a christening all this weekend.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
wow.
And now you can hear the music in the background. There's actually disco night tonight.
Yes.
Is that
And-
every week now, disco night?
So disco night is going to move to Thursdays after this week, and live Latin band on Wednesday nights.
On Wednesday night.
So even though the summer's coming to an end here on Jones Beach, the fun doesn't stop
Nope.
at Gatsby's.
Nope.
Right? It's going to keep
The
going.
fun never stops again.
And you're
Yeah.
open year round?
Well, I am open right now
Oh.
until as long as I can. Again,
Okay,
the
gotcha.
catering takes priority.
Okay.
For catering, I am open any day of the week, any time of the day, any month. It doesn't matter.
Got it.
The restaurant is all dependent on the customers.
Okay.
If the customers are coming, that's a different story. If the customers are not coming, I have to follow what's going on.
Okay.
And this
Gotcha.
is just one of many properties here that basically J&B Restaurant Partners is becoming quite the empire here on Long Island. It's started as the Friendlies. Joe Vitrano was part of 7-Eleven. If you haven't been to Friendlies restaurant, then you don't live on Long Island.
Nope.
And
Right.
back there in Connecticut, they're all over.
Massachusetts,
Yeah, they're all over.
Jersey.
And then you have Tiki Joe's, all the beach properties,
Yeah.
which are quite amazing with some of the great bands, some of the greatest DJs,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely the best bands that you
Yep.
can
We
you can
also
find.
do retail, so
The
we're all over.
Retail is
Uh-huh.
big, yeah, is really big. In fact,
Yep.
I'm hoping to get a Gatsby sweatshirt before I leave
Oh,
here.
we can make
but-
that work.
I'm
Nice.
just joking. But at least thank you very much for your
You're
time
welcome.
again. But I do appreciate it, because she's got a busy place out there right now. A lot of people dancing up a storm out there, and come by, see Gatsby on the Ocean, and see what Elyse is all about, because she's doing a fantastic job.
I'm here
Yeah,
every
it's a
day.
The
job.
place looks
Literally
absolutely
every
gorgeous.
day.
And what changes just from a couple of years ago that they have made here, and really come by, have your event, and it's, guess what, Frankie? You know what time it is?
Yes, it's time for 86 this.
Absolutely.
And we are here
at the melting pot of Long Island, Patchogue, Long Island, and we're very excited to be here. Frank, if you had your favorite place in all of Patchogue to pick right now, where would that be?
Daisies.
Daisy's Nashville Lounge. Yes, but what's really nice about Patchogue is in a 1 mile radius, there's 20 nightclubs and restaurants, and we're standing actually on Main Street right now.
Right in the middle of everything.
And it's a Tuesday, thank God, because if it was a Friday or Saturday, we'd get run over or we'd get beeped at or whatever. But we're going into one of the newest places, which I'm excited about. Finally, somebody had the balls to open a place I like, which is country. Daisy's Nashville Lounge. We're going in there. We're going to talk to Brian. We're going to talk to the musicians. We're going to have a great time. Frank, it's freezing out here.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It almost feels like we're in
wait,
Nashville.
Frank just woke up. He was sleeping in his van across the street.
Leaning on you guys.
But are you ready to go, John? We're ready to go. Let's go inside and have a good time.
All right.
We're here with Brian Adams from Daisy's Nashville Lounge in Patchogue, which is really the melting pot of Long Island right now. It's the most visited place. I mean, it beat the Hamptons in the summertime. How does that happen?
How does that happen?
But you know what? We want to go back a little bit because this is such a special place. The decor is fantastic. Everything you did here is pretty magical looking, which is really nice. No, we didn't even get to the food part yet. But take me back. So you and Timmy McCarthy from McCarthy's Pub. Of course, we were there last week having fun, and we're sorry he couldn't make it tonight. But we got the next best thing,
That's right.
or maybe the best thing. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. So all right. So you and Timmy are talking and saying now Patchogue doesn't have one of these.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me how this all came about.
Well, the opportunity to come into Patchogue was there, and the village is a great place, and we knew it was thriving, and we looked around and we said there's 3 Irish places, there's pizza places, there's nightclubs, there's burger places, and we just thought, hey, how about a honky tonk? Because the young people like it.
But was it that easy? Was it that easy? It couldn't have been over a few beers and been like, hey. And some of the greatest ideas have come that way. So
most of my ideas have had Jack Daniels involved. So. It wasn't that hard because we were racking our brains for a couple weeks and we said we want to get into Patchogue. Everybody loves country music right now, and it is the new pop music. But again, the kids like it, the older people like it. It's fun. In this place, we don't have that vibe where people want to get in fights and stuff. Everyone's happy.
Right.
So what kind of
research?
Was there a research involved?
Well, we've both been in the business a long time, and I lived in Arizona. We both love Nashville, so we just put our heart into it. We spent a lot of time, and we had a lot of extra time after those 4 days to tweak things for a few months. But it's kind of we wanted a place where we would want to hang out.
Sure.
And that's something I get from people. They feel
It looks really nice. I mean, you guys did a phenomenal job.
From every detail, as you can see, the painting, the artwork on the wall, Johnny Cash, it's iconic. You have another painting over there. I mean, all the pictures along the walls and the lighting, the chandeliers. Now, did you have a designer involved, or is this the brainstorm of you and Timmy?
Well, I personally, a long time learned you should always have a woman involved, because when it's just 2 guys, you get granite countertops and baseball pictures on the wall and stuff like that.
Right.
We have a woman at Gail Cipriano that we always use, and she does great. And we kind of told her what we wanted, and she made stuff come together. And she's a genius with colors and what goes well together. And
Oh, wow.
She took what we wanted and made it happen.
Now you talked about the history between you and Tim. Now you're involved in a lot of bars and pubs, but now you're doing what type of food here?
So if you go to Nashville, they're serving burgers and nachos and stuff like that. And a lot of people asked us if we were going to do Southern food or grits and stuff like that, but that's stuff that people only want to get every now and then. So we pretty much went with Nashville. We want stuff that people like to have with a little bit of a Nashville twist on it. So we have a Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Nice.
With a Nashville chicken dip.
Nice.
We use that Nashville hot sauce instead of buffalo hot sauce on
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, okay.
It's a little different, a little smokier, not as vinegary, and the chef has done a great job bringing the food up. We had some challenges when we first opened, and
Every place
now
does.
it's-
Right.
Every
Every
place
You
place
have
does.
to find your spot and see what
Absolutely.
people like. And, he's done a great job. Eric is his name. Done a great job with what he has back there.
Now, where
You know,
is Eric from? Does he have a?
He's from Long Island. He's been
Okay.
around. Yeah, he's worked in a lot of places and spent time over the years. He's an old school guy, you know. So
That's good. I like those old school guys.
yeah, they know how to make it.
Well, it's a wonderful spot. You guys did a great job with this place, and I know you had some serious challenges. So now coming out of the pandemic and the floodgates open, and I hear nothing because I know some people in the area who own places, and I hear nothing but great things so far on the weekends. You've been killing it. During the week is pretty good.
Yep.
What do you have going on tonight?
Well, tonight is our Songbird Tuesday, which is similar to what, I don't know if you've heard of the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville.
Bluebird Cafe,
But they
very
do
famous, very
songwriters
famous
in a
place.
round. And that's original artists getting together, playing each other's songs, talking about them and stuff like that. And it's kind of evolved into a jam now where these musicians are getting together and showing up on Tuesdays and supporting each other.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
It's
That's
funny
nice.
because we were actually doing our intro outside, and a guy's walking by with an upright bass. I'm like, hey, where you going with that? Where you going? But he kept walking. I'm like, I was trying to stop him to talk to him.
Yeah.
But he came in here, and I go, upright bass, cool space. It's got to be real cool.
And they have a nice community, and these guys are real musicians. Just like the guys, we're bringing in people from Nashville right now that are calling us. As a matter of fact, we have a kid on Friday. His name is David J. I heard him up. David J. Country. He's young, but he could walk right out of one of the videos, and he's already on iTunes.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
He was on the highway on Sirius the other day.
Oh, okay.
But we're trying to get the live music going, and there's difference for some of these artists we have than the guy that's playing Billy Joel songs for 30
Sure.
years.
And you know what?
Nothing against them, but these guys are.
It's a very comfortable place to come to too. Regardless of the entertainment, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, you could come here. You can sit and really sit here and have a great time. I mean, So I think you did a really nice job covering all the bases for all ages, which is really nice. And you introduced me to a couple of people who we're going to talk to going forward. I know John, who's part of the entertainment tonight. The gentleman from the radio station.
That's Jay Letterman.
Yeah.
He's on 96.1, which now that the Nash shut down is really the only country station on Long Island. And we have a good relationship with them. Charlie, Jay Letterman, and DJ Deuce are here from the radio station. So Jay Letterman is here on Fridays, DJ Deuce is here on Wednesday and Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And then we fill in with as much live music as we can. We do Thursday Night Live every week, all country, all the time.
Right.
Very important. I mean,
People come here, they expect that.
Right.
If they come in and you're playing the Beatles, they're like, wait.
But now let me ask you this question: Are you getting the line dancing? I mean, come on. What separates you from somebody who's out there and they got like 200 people line dancing? What
You know what?
separates you?
We're not a line dancing place.
Right.
If you go to Nashville, you really don't see line dancing. That's more of like how the Gillies out in Texas.
Right.
So if you go to Nashville, you're hanging out, listening to music, and because of the village ordinances, we're not allowed to have organized dancing anyway. So it worked out okay for us.
That's great because Frank's dancing is not organized at all anyway.
I have someone that can teach them.
But
Hey,
Frank,
I love Nashville. I was there 3 months ago, so yeah.
But we have a place around the block that does that, and that's their thing. And we're more about the live music, and they're listening to the music, and just really having a great time.
well, I appreciate your time, Brian. Thank you very much for letting us intrude with all these lights and everything. And we're going to talk to more people in just a few moments. We're ready to 86 this at this time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Brian, thank you very much, man. Listen, great job, man.
Anything you guys need, let me.
We're here with Dan Marshall and Tom Petrone. Now, tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing here today.
We're NP Music House with Deep Eddy Vodka. We sponsor the Writers Round. And when Brian and Timmy opened up Daisy's, I came to them with the suggestion. They went to Nashville. They discovered the Bluebird Cafe, how they operate, all these writers' rounds, and they discovered that everything I said wasn't, I wasn't full of shit.
Right.
Okay, so Empty Music House now.
There's a lot of people are.
Yeah. So we started this writers' round about 4 or 5 months ago, and we're starting to grow it.
This is a great
It's
thing,
like
by the way.
Tootsie's and
Yeah.
I love
you know,
Tootsie.
all those places started. You got guys to come up, and all of a sudden, a great songwriter, Chris Christopherson became a great songwriter because they gave him a platform. We want to give young artists, young songwriters mainly, a platform to showcase their songs.
And now, what do you guys do? So you're part of a publishing company.
We own a publishing company called MP Music House, Marshall
Okay.
Patron.
Okay.
We started about 12 years ago.
Now, tell everybody what that exactly is.
Well, a publishing house is you own the master, you write songs, it's a catalog, you own the songs, you administer the songs, you pitch the songs, and the masters, you try, like Netflix is big right now, movies,
Right.
commercials, so you're pitching. We just got one of our young artists, Quinn Mills, and follow her, a Netflix movie coming out 2022.
Nice.
And tremendous song. It's called "Strangers in the Dark." It's an art scene in the Guggenheim Gallery.
No.
in New York City.
Could you find this song on social media or
Yes,
YouTube?
it's already on there. It's on
Oh, it is.
Spotify.
Oh, awesome.
"Strangers in the Dark."
And what's the name of the artist?
Quinn Mills.
Oh, okay,
He's our
great.
young alternative artist from Canada. We have like 5 writers in our company. Tom, myself, Nick Abbey, Quinn Mills, Frank Nappy. We have a really good brand of songwriters. Small companies have 5 to 7 songwriters. Bigger companies have 10 and up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're a small publishing house, but we're starting to grow. And YouTube is a big presence for us. Spotify is a big presence. We work with Song Trust. They've been unbelievable in New York City, New York Music Group. And, we have The Trees. We have a children's series coming out.
Oh, really?
Called The Adventures of Mr. Bigglesby and Connor. And then we have another
You
thing
can
hopefully
actually
coming
find
out.
that on Spotify right now.
Really?
Oh, okay.
The Trees, called, I hate to say this, but I don't want, he does, the Poo-Poo song has got 10 million
Oh my God! Yeah, my son wants to hear that all the time. You have to tell me about that. My God! But now, so you're not so you're open.
In England, it's in the United Kingdom is where the people are like digging it. You know, they're like, so
They're digging it here too. Trust me.
we're gonna target. We're targeting that area when we promote it, and we're actually launching that in
Oh, okay.
December, right?
Yes, December 4th.
So you're not really. So it's not just one genre of
It's
music.
so many aspects
We have
of
13
all our
genres.
personalities and creativity. It's like overflowing. I was in a wedding band for 25 years. I was in one of the top wedding bands on Long Island.
What wedding band were you in?
Code Blue, Skyline Orchestra. We did 110 weddings for 15 years in a row. And then showcases in between that. I was the lead singer.
Wow.
So I learned everything from, I was able to sing.
But Tom,
jazz
I
stuff
thought
is
you don't talk well. I thought you needed him because I don't talk well. Man, you talk pretty good. No.
I came out of my
but you talk music. Tom's coming out of his. No, but that's awesome. I think that's great. I mean, how many people get to say that? I mean,
Right.
I mean, that's fantastic. So
He's
now.
a great jazz singer. He's a crooner. If you listen to Tom Patron Jazz, best of instrumentals coming out, but Fly Again, Seaside,
Tom Patron.
Seaside Serenade,
Spotify
that kind of
or
summer.
YouTube.
He's the next Tony Bennett. He sings as good as, I'm not lying to you, I know you are. As good as Tony Bennett was at 16.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships.
Wow.
Tom's
Nice.
coming out.
Coming out.
So you were telling me about a little bit about these. You met a few people along the way because of your name, which is kind of funny. And I think so. Now, how do you end up at an event like that?
Well, our lawyer, Derek Crownover, great guy of Loeb & Loeb. Loeb & Loeb is the #1 oldest entertainment firm in North America and the #1 entertainment firm in the world for the last 4 or 5 years. They represent Netflix, Warner Brothers, Miramax Films. Everybody,
Georgia Line.
yeah, you name it. They do the whole Big Machine record label.
He's all over. Derek
Yeah.
Crownover and his.
So he represents like Ashley Gorley, who's the #1 writer in Nashville. And Derek and I hit it off years ago in Nashville. He's a baseball guy. I'm a hockey guy. We met Tom. And we've been friends for the last 12 years.
He's an NHL scout.
Oh, wow.
So now, where did you meet?
My friend Vinny.
The guy in the middle of the bar there.
You got a cousin, Vinny?
Yeah, cousin Vinny.
Cousin Benny.
That's awesome. That's all. And now, so are you both from Long Island or New
No, I'm
York?
from Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. And now, when did you make your way down here?
30 years ago, I played hockey down here in Plattsburgh, New York,
okay.
upstate New York, 4th Ward Club, Plattsburgh Cardinals. And I moved to New York City, and I played in the clubs there and met people, and then eventually...
Also a messenger, aren't you?
Yeah, whatever that Quicksilver, I don't know. I
Guys.
bartended in New York City, and I rode bikes.
That's
and
dangerous
messengers,
job, man.
ran into
That's a
cabs,
dangerous
man.
job.
Yeah.
Anybody ever run over you? I mean,
I
it's
got
like
ran
crazy.
over a few
Yeah,
times.
I'm sure you did.
Broken tires and whatever.
That's awesome. Well, what you're doing here is fantastic, and more people need to know about this because they'll appreciate. You're trying to get local musicians in here and get them some notoriety.
Coming solo musicians.
That's awesome.
Musicians from Nashville.
Yeah, they're inquiring, and they'll come here on the road when they're playing at Jones Beach.
Yeah.
These guys like to come in and hang and have
Because they
some
know
beers.
there's another cool country bar.
Right.
And how many on Long Island are there?
Not many.
Not zero.
Yes,
Just
there are
this.
none. There are none. There are none. But I thank you guys very much for giving us a few moments of your time. I know you're hanging out with some friends and things like that, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. My name, Jim. I'll give you a card. It's 86 This podcast.
Yes. It's on
I don't know how to
YouTube.
get it. Yeah, you give me a call.
On YouTube, yes. We'll give you a card.
86 This right now.